Welcome to the Speed Network, powered by Game Day Sports Radio. Today we're joined by Spain Park women's basketball head coach Mike Chase and a few of his varsity players. This will be Coach Chase's 27th varsity team. Congratulations, Coach. How are you doing today?
It's a Sunday and starting the third week of basketball and getting a little tired of practicing against each other. We get to scrimmage this Wednesday at Spain Park, so we'll get a chance to play Mountain Brook and Center Point and get some tape, and then we can see kind of where we are and then what we need to fix. So that's kind of where we are today. I know that was a long answer for a short question.
All right, Coach, 27 years, you obviously love what you're doing. How did you get started into coaching and coaching girls?
Well, when I got hurt playing football, I was playing college football. I got hurt and I couldn't play anymore. Another long answer, but I went back to close to my hometown, and my high school coaches knew that I wanted to be a teacher and an educator, and so I started coaching back at my high school when I was in college. And long story short, I started coaching boys football, basketball, a little bit of everything, and I moved to Florida when I was 26, and a girls' basketball job opened up. The athletic director asked me if I wanted it. I said yes, and I've been coaching girls ever since. So just kind of fell into my lap there and kind of found a niche with coaching girls, and never really wanted to do anything but. So.
Well, I see you brought a couple of your girls with you, your varsity players, I assume. Ladies, will you tell us who you are, your position, your number, what class you're in?
My name's Jordan Corey. I'm a guard. I'm a sophomore. And I'm number 23.
I'm Campbell Busby. I'm number 20. I'm a sophomore, and I'm a forward.
Well, Coach, it's actually 27 basketball and at least one on the gridiron. There's a rumor that you coached a little football this year. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, when I first got to, I've always coached football at almost every school that I've been at. And when I first got here 14 years ago, I started helping with the freshmen and did that for about 2 years. But my kids were just starting to play youth sports, and it was really difficult for me to coach my two kids playing youth soccer and all of those different things, and coach football and coach basketball. So I gave football up for about 10 years, and then Coach V asked, he wanted to kind of bring some experience back to the freshman team this year. So he asked me and Coach Smith and Coach Bev and a bunch of guys that we used to do it before. We all came out of retirement and took the freshman group back over again. So it was fun. It was I like working with the guys that I coach with, and so it's probably something that I'll keep doing for a little while.
Was there anything that you learned from coaching football this year that you think will transition over to the Lady Jags season?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is I was an assistant out on the football field, and football's coaching a little bit different. You can coach basketball with limited coaches and those kind of things, and so I guess in my 27 years I have good assistant coaches, but throughout the years I've been very dependent on being the sole decision maker and all of those things, and you just can't do that in football. You're relying on, I coached the DB, so I was relying on, our linebackers coach and our D-line coach and our coordinator and all of those things. And so I think it just reintroduced me back into working together a little bit more to try to solve a problem or come up with a plan than kind of just me doing it all by myself.
All right, this is for one of you players. How did you guys start playing basketball?
Go ahead, Jordan.
I started, I think, because my sister, she played basketball, and I did multiple sports, but then throughout middle school, I stuck just to basketball because that's what I enjoyed the most. But I played all through elementary school and middle school and now high school.
I started in 4th grade playing upward, and then I met Jordan and got on their team, and then played through middle school and then high school.
Good deal. What lesson have you guys learned on the court from Coach Chase that you find helps you in the classroom or just life in general?
Okay.
Mental toughness, not letting things get past you.
Yeah, he teaches us a lot of lessons and uses a lot of analogies and like keeping things on your mind, not forgetting them, like his dry erase board analogy.
Chalkboard.
Chalkboard. And other things, yeah, mental toughness and not giving up, teamwork, a lot of stuff like that.
All right, this is for both of y'all again. What do you think your biggest improvement from last year is?
I don't know, I think we have gotten closer, obviously, just as a group, and then more confident, and we're working on getting our skills better, but we're working to get better. So.
I think communication and ball handling and passes and just the basics to get our plays better.
Let me chime in on that one. Well, the first thing is these two guys are, I think the only two that I had that, played AAU last year. So they put the time in there. Then they played fall league. They've worked with a trainer, and so they've dedicated, in the off season, to making themselves better. So it's kind of like you see yourself in the mirror every day, and you don't see the subtle changes, hair falling out or whatever. But I've seen a big change in their game from when I saw them last year when we ended the regular season up until now. So they put time in and they've gotten better. They just don't realize it. But I've seen it. I've seen the changes.
All right, so Coach, last year, as these freshman girls worked a lot with your 4 seniors, have you seen any benefits from that experience?
Yeah, I mean, we had 4, hard-nosed kids. They were, really hard-working academic kids. They worked really hard in the weight room. We played the 2nd or 3rd hardest schedule in the state last year, and so, even though we won 10 games, I think that they showed them, how to be physically tough, how to be mentally tough, how to, do all of those things. And we referenced things that happened last year, and they were here to see, certain things. We watched film from last year so that they can see some of the things that I need them to do and that kind of stuff. But I think that, I think every good group of seniors passes something on to the young guys. And I thought our seniors did a really good job last year because we had 4 seniors and then we had a bunch of freshmen and there was such a huge age gap. And yeah, there were times when, socially the 4 seniors sat over in a little corner and talked about things that seniors talk about. And these guys sat over there and talked about things that freshmen talked about. But there was still a mutual respect there and from both of them. And so I thought it was a great opportunity for these guys because usually you don't have seniors and freshmen mixing throughout the course of the year like we did last year, going on trips and doing those things. That doesn't usually happen. So I thought it was good both ways.
All right, this is for the players. What is one of your favorite things to do in practice?
You wanna go?
5-minute threes, because we had to practice on our shots, passes, communication, and just catching pretty much everything.
I agree, and also like fast-paced drills, like our
Eastern Michigan shooting.
Yeah, that's good. And like playing against each other, I like doing that, which we're not able to do as much with the not as many players, but we still get to do it, and I like doing that stuff.
All right, do y'all have any pregame rituals that y'all have?
Not really.
No.
Yeah, no. Do the same thing pretty much though. Gotta set out your stuff before the night before so you don't forget anything, or at least that's what I do. But it's pretty much the same.
All right, Coach, you talked about your 4 seniors. Obviously, your daughter Camille is a freshman playing at Rhodes in Memphis. How is that going?
Just talked to her yesterday. They had a scrimmage against a JUCO in West Memphis, but she had tweaked her knee, and she said it hurt for like 2 minutes, but the trainer freaked out, held her out for like 2 days, and wouldn't let her scrimmage. So she was pretty mad. I think that she's the Rhodes was 2-time conference champs. They haven't lost a conference game in 2 years in their preseason. To win it again, and so Coach usually plays a lot of older guys, but she thinks she's going to be able to crack the lineup a little bit and get some minutes, and so we'll see. You know, it's the first time not coaching her in my career, so I call her and talk to her like a dad instead of a coach, and it's a little different. We were laughing about it yesterday.
Players, if I were to ask your teammates to describe yourself in one word, what would they say?
Or how about this? You're a teammate, so what word would you use to describe her? What word did you use to describe her?
Okay, I would describe Campbell as, like, on the basketball court, straightforward, which is a good thing because she will tell you, I mean, what you're doing wrong and also when you're doing good. And it's nice to have a player that'll be straightforward with you.
I would say encouraging, that if you are doing it wrong, she'll pick you up and let you keep going and get you back in it.
All right, what's one of your favorite things about playing for Coach Chase?
I
Just,
think a lot of things.
I think the environment.
Yeah. We can be strict, or he can be strict, and we can get through practice and do everything, but we can also have fun at times, and it's just balancing that. He does a good job at that.
Like last year, we would have fun at practice, and then every Friday we'd eat lunch with them.
All right, so obviously Spain Park Lady Jaguar basketball has some good history with some state championships and some good players. What does it mean to play for that program?
I mean, it's like there's high expectations, so it definitely is tough, but we just gotta keep working, I guess.
Yeah, it's tough, but we know that we're a young team and that we have a year to keep growing to get Z have a good senior year, and then 2 years for us to have a good senior year.
All right, Coach, last thing, obviously the new area alignment this year, adding Oak Mountain and Chelsea. Chelsea obviously moved up from 6A, but how do you think that's going to go this year?
Oh, man. I had a chance to go over Thursday night, and I saw Chelsea and Oak Mountain play. Haven't seen Hewitt play, but I know from playing Hewitt 1,000 times in the last couple of years that, Hewitt's, I think, going to be the class of the area. Chelsea had a really good team last year. I know they thrived pretty well in 6A. Coach does a good job, and they've got some pretty solid returners back. We played Oak Mountain last year in non-conference, and those were 2 games that, or did we play them once? We might have just played them once, I think. But, I mean, look, going from 6A to 7A is not easy. So Chelsea's going to have some battles that they're going to have to do. It's just going to be a situation where we're going to try to just, use the first 20 games of the year to try to get these guys experience and get these guys better, and then we can see where we are when we get to the 1st of January when, games really mean something.
Yeah, what's nice too, because I think the last 5 years, typically 3 of the top 5 teams in the state have all been in the same area. So, I mean, it balances out a little bit more, and it gives it probably levels the playing field to give everybody a better opportunity to advance. Well, thank you for joining us today on the Speed Network. The Speed Network will be covering Jaguar basketball all season long. We'll look for the Coach's Corner and the Jaguar Weekly Review, and we wish you guys the best of luck in the season, and we'll be talking to you throughout the year.
Thank you.